Pepe is one of the top crypto gainers in the last 30 days, up 84% in just about 2 weeks. And in this video, we're going to be talking just about that to see if Pepe can have the similar breakout that we had right here back in November 2024 when it absolutely exploded and went parabolic almost 300%. If you guys do like these videos, of course, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, leave a like, turn those notification bells on so you guys never miss a video. Having a look right here at the crypto bubble in the last month, Pepe is up 84.7%. Obviously, in the last week, 70%, 69.6% just in the last week alone. So most of the gains came in the last 7 days alone. And obviously, Pepe is one of the top gainers right here on Ethereum. And the big reason why is because Ethereum has been pumping, and when Ethereum pumps, Pepe usually will do that times 2 or even times 3. Ethereum right now is currently sitting at a price of $2,580, attempting to break these exponential moving average for the first time. You guys can see right here, these exponential moving average for the first time since January 2025. And the big question is, will Ethereum finally break these EMA ribbons? Are we going to close above it? Because we know, guys, when we are above these EMA ribbons, we are pretty bullish. And you guys can see these EMA ribbons hang on as a support region, and the second we break below it, that's when we start to be bearish, start to be, a little bit boring. And as soon as we break above it, like we saw right here back in November 2024, we essentially took it all the way from 2,700, which is approximately the price that we are right now, all the way up to the all-time high of 4,000. All-time high, I'm talking about all-time high in 2024. So obviously, this is a big resistance to watch. Now, you might be thinking, wait, Dose, why are you talking about Ethereum right now? Well, like I said, guys, Ethereum obviously is a very big part of this altcoin season. The reason why a lot of these tokens, altcoins, are exploding is because of Ethereum. Usually when Bitcoin pumps, yes, altcoins would pump a little bit, but the dominance on Bitcoin would always still be there. So having a look right here at Pepe, you guys can see a volume, $2.14 billion. That's in the last 24 hours alone, with the market cap of right under $6 billion. If we have a look right here on CoinGecko, you guys can see 2.1 billion. So pretty much the same thing, 5.8 billion, 84% in the last 30 days, 69.4% in the last 7 days. Obviously, 24 hours and the past hour have pretty much been stable. Not really anything to do there. And if we have a look at Ethereum, up 1.8% in the last 24 hours, 0.9% in the last hour, and up 56%. So obviously, Ethereum is clearly leading Pepe right now in this altcoin season. Ethereum is king. The same way when Bitcoin pumps, ETH pumps sometimes, or most of the time, I would say like 75% of the time. Obviously, Pepe is going to pump when Ethereum pumps, essentially. So that's what's happening right now. Before we have a look at these two charts and have a look at some technical analysis on Pepe, I do want to have a look at this thing. It's called pepeme.io. I will be leaving the link in the description below. They just raised $3.6 million in about a couple months right here. The pre-sale is live. The great thing about this is that you don't need any Ethereum or any Binance, Solana, or anything like that. Anything specific. You could actually buy whatever crypto you want. So you guys can see, not only do you have all these chains such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Solana, USDT, but you have a bunch of other cryptos that you could buy, ranging all the way from Gala ERC20, okay, and NeoGas, I mean, all the way to Bitcoin, Ethereum. So obviously Hex, Hot, Huobi token, Icon. I mean, you have some IOTA, you have so many cryptos that you could essentially buy. And obviously right here, you guys can see, welcome to Evo Frog right here. Pumped DAO. So they will be doing and launching a pump DAO, I believe, in about 75 hours and 75 days, sorry, and 2 days from now. This is the token address. Feel free to essentially do your own research and due diligence regarding that token address. Before I go in, something that's really interesting, guys, is they're verified by Certic. So you guys can see right here, they are verified by Certic. If you click on Certic right here, you guys can actually see that everything has pretty much been verified, which is of course very important for those of you guys who are very scared. Having a look at the tokenomics, 37% will be going to the community, 4% will be going to liquidity, 2% will be going to advisors. Auction is 20%, 12% will be going to private investors, I'm assuming, 7% contribution, 3% will be going to funds, and of course they will be doing a massive 14% airdrop and pretty much that's about it. Obviously, a bunch of YouTubers and influencers have essentially been talking about pepeme.io. You guys can see right here, Clay Bro, he has over, I believe, 400, 500,000 subscribers. He talked and spoke about it. So make sure you guys essentially do your research and due diligence on that. If you guys do want to follow them on Telegram and you guys want to follow them on Twitter, right here, this is the link to their Twitter. I will be leaving down everything down below. So this is a dashboard right here. You guys can, of course, do your own calculator as well. The amount if you invested and what would essentially be the return, obviously. But if you were to invest, let's say $100, $2,000, $10,000, you could obviously do your calculation at the launch price, and then you would essentially get everything. So that is my video, guys, my quick update on pepeme.io. If you guys are interested, once again, the link will be in the description below. So having a look right here at Pepe on the daily time frame before moving into the bigger time frame, which is the weekly time frame. You guys can see right here that something very interesting is happening. First of all, Pepe is slightly overbought on the daily time frame. You guys can see when we are overbought, we usually come back down. Okay, so the last time we were this overbought was actually November 15, 2024. Guess what happened? We saw actually some sort of bearish divergence, unfortunately, and that's when it was the top. Pepe came all the way down and pretty much crashed 75%. So that's what's happening right now with Pepe. And the big question is, can we see this coming back down? Now, this would be bad if we make a higher high right here, and then this makes a lower high. That would actually be another bearish divergence, and that would be very bad. What we want to see over here, if we zoom in on Pepe real quick, let me just zoom in, let me just clear this. What we want to see is, first of all, we want to stay above this support region or resistance, whatever it is. Currently, right now, support. If we are below it, it's resistance. And we want to see some consolidation. That's what we want to see. Because if we come back down and do something like that and do something like this, that's not going to be so good. That's most likely going to be a hidden bearish divergence. And of course, we're most likely going to see some negative effect on that. So if we consolidated, we could give some breathing room to the RSI to pretty much come back down. Maybe we bounce at the 50 before coming back up and make all-time highs on Pepe, and that's when the real altcoin season will start. Of course, it's not financial advice, guys. You guys need to always make sure to do your own research and due diligence, and pretty much that's about it. And if we have a look right here at Pepe on the weekly time frame, you guys can see that obviously this support region has been very important and very crucial on the weekly time frame. And you guys can see right here, another thing that's been happening is that we did break this level right here. But this brings us back to the previous resistance that we essentially spoke about. This is the resistance on the weekly, not on the daily time frame. Obviously, I mean, depending on where you draw this is the ultimate weekly resistance. Obviously, on the daily time frame, we are above it, but every time frame does tell a different story. And if we do get rejected right here, that could be bad news bears. But as of right now, guys, the Bitcoin dominance is looking pretty good, but I wouldn't get too excited just yet. You guys can see right here, we had a massive dump right here before pumping. Can we have a massive dump before pumping again? Now, I think this can, by the way, we could still see Pepe pumping, okay? So I'm not saying it's not going to pump or it's going to dump. I'm not saying this whatsoever, but we know that there's a massive, this is just to end this video. We know that there's a massive right here resistance on the Bitcoin dominance sitting at 71%. Okay, so I do think personally we're going to essentially reach 71%. Like I said, that does not mean that altcoins are going to bleed. That just means that more money is going to be flowing into Bitcoin before we get that massive altcoin season that everyone is expecting. Like I said, guys, most of the altcoin season usually start at the end of the bull cycle, at the end of the Bitcoin bull cycle. So when people are getting bored of the gains, of the Bitcoin gains, and they're like, okay, Bitcoin, that's it. It's not going to be going anymore, any high up anymore anytime soon. Let's take our money, move it into altcoins. Everyone pretty much does that slowly, and that's when you see the massive altcoin season happening. That is my video. If you guys do like this video, of course, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. And of course, if you guys want to invest and buy pepeme.io, the link will be in the description below. I'll see you guys in my next video.